Hi, and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday.
He's Ruben and I'm Kay.
Well done. We're talking about Cursed. If you haven't seen our review or haven't seen the series, do not watch this because we're talking about the end and possible links to what's going to happen for season 2. So spoilers.
So what I would like to know from everyone is, did you get it from the first few seconds of the opening of episode 1? Did you get who she is? Because she's the Lady of the Lake, right? I mean...
And how many seasons do you think they can stretch that bit out?
She's in the lake now.
She's in the lake. Is she the Lady of the Lake? Or will she come out human and have superpowers from the Lady of the Lake? Will they eventually name the sword Excalibur? These are all questions I'd like answered. So the end, possible number 2 ideas, season 2. Because obviously the end of season 1 left us with questions. Because we always knew that Merlin was powerful, but it was kind of frustrating having to see him not really with any of his powers throughout.
Yeah.
We had a couple of flashbacks when it showed us, and we're like, "Well, okay, that dude, Merlin's like 700 years old or more, and he wielded the sword." And I thought it was also very interesting that his wand is basically the sword. It seems to be where they were suggesting where he generated his power from.
I mean, I know he has the staff, but like...
Yeah, why does he have a staff? Maybe for walking, because he's old.
When you get to 700, you might need one too.
But eventually, when he picks up the sword, he obviously didn't want to because he didn't want to be that person anymore. We get to see Merlin in his full glory, in his power, which was such a fantastic scene.
It really was. It was the best part of the whole 10 episodes for me. It was like, finally! Merlin is
he's here. Such a great character as well. Always wanted to see Floki with real power, and now he does have them. I think
Floki the Viking.
I think he's a Skarsgård as well.
Okay, well he's a Viking Merlin, and I love it.
Yeah, very, very great, good, bestest character.
The great, good, bestest character.
Exactly.
Nice one.
And I write books.
Yeah.
So possible season 2. Will we have the return of the Lady of the Lake, and will she play a big part of it? I think possibly. We have multiple storylines in different places that were left open. So we have her boyfriend, who is
Arthur,
yeah.
The main character in the legend.
Yeah, but I don't feel like he is in this story.
No.
And I don't feel like they're going to go that way.
Maybe Merlin has always been the main character.
Yeah, maybe.
But you've got all the side players in this. So you've got Morgana and you've got Lancelot. I mean, woohoo!
Yeah, I mean...
When that was revealed, I was like, ooh!
The Lancelot reveal... because he was the bad guy. He was the bad dude throughout. So that's a very interesting redemption story that they're kind of starting to create there. And the knighting of Percival with the very young the kid. That was actually for me, that was the saddest moment in the series when Percival, you think the Green Hornet. The knight is dying. He's being tortured. His knees are broken. He can't walk.
Yeah.
And then he knights him there. I thought that was a great touching moment. So
beautiful.
we have possibly the building of the Round Table. However, they're going to do the Knights of the Round Table, Camelot. Do you think that's going to play a part in this? When does that start to come into play? How do they build the Camelot world? Because obviously this is and I know a lot of people are going to say this is a woke series because we have those characters that are twisted on their heads. So we have female leads, we have people of color, which I just like. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's a fantasy series with fae. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But I know some people are going to have issues with it. I think it puts it a nice spin on this fantasy series. It makes it different, which is great. But how are they going to do that? Arthur's obviously not the focus anymore. Merlin kind of is the focus, and she is obviously the daughter of Merlin.
Yeah.
Will we have any of those powers that they were mentioning? Like, is she half demon because she got attacked by a demon bear?
Demon llama?
Demon llama! Yes. Too many movies rattling off in his brain. The Emperor's New Groove! Yeah, so there are a lot of ways they could go for season 2. And I think she's alive. They didn't show us with her eyes opening. We expected that to happen.
Oh, you're going to see her eyes open? Oh, no, you didn't.
But I fully expect her to be alive. Eventually, we're going to see the scene where she grabs the sword and holds it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know the Arthurian legend sort of inside and out, but I do know that the Lady of the Lake's pretty powerful.
Mm.
And she was the guardian of the sword.
Yeah. I think she's only powerful because she was the guardian of the sword. I didn't know that she had much other power.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there was always a connection between her and Merlin, which is quite nice now that she's his daughter, kind of, yeah.
I really felt like this was, I don't know if you've seen the BBC series Merlin. I felt like this had bits of that in this series, although there were 5 seasons of that already. If you took the original Excalibur and Sword in the Stone, so Excalibur was the adult Arthur story, quite adult. And then you had the Sword in the Stone, and you take Merlin, you put those together, and it's kind of like that, even though they've changed things around. So it's interesting to me to see what the writers are going to do with the storyline now that they're doing their own thing with the Arthurian legend, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Will the sword ever end up in the stone? I don't know.
And do you guys think that Merlin's power does come from the sword? Is that why he's so powerful? Because he wielded the sword for so long? Or do you think he'll be able to wield magic without the assistance of the corrupting sword? And we were talking about the corruption of the sword. It very much reminded me of the ring of power from, the Lord of the Rings. And everybody that wields it tends to eventually get
power hungry.
Yeah. Well, the sword seems to make you like lust for blood and war and just killing people and chopping hands off and, Yeah, so, I mean, that's all our blogging and our questions. Let us know in the comments below what you thought. What do you think of the ending? Do you think we'll get 2nd and 3rd season? I haven't heard any confirmation yet, but I presume, because of the way they've left it, that we will.
Yeah. I mean, it's fairly contained in itself. It could be a contained story, but they've also left it super wide open for any future sequels.
Okay. So that's about it. Thanks so much for listening to us ramble about the ending and possible sequels and next series. And do let us know what you thought about some of those questions and what do you think. Thanks. Who's your favourite character? Love to know that.
Lancelot.
Percival. Thanks. No, definitely Merlin.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nah, I like the Weeping Monk.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for watching this. But most of all, until next time, remember,
live long and Tuesday.